Right, morning. Today is a sort of hybrid of two sessions for me today. What I've done is put together two workouts. I would normally do one today, one tomorrow, but I've slightly shortened each one and put them together to make one slightly longer workout. So I'm doing shoulders and back. The aim really is to give me 2 days or 48 hours basically before I do deadlifts on Tuesday. Obviously that's a taxing workout. I want to make sure my lower back and everything is rested before I hit that. So today started off with shoulders. Standing military press with a barbell, Olympic bar. Did a set of normal warm-ups, and then my aim was to do 50 work reps. First working set, 60 kilograms, 12 reps, pretty strict, pretty happy with that. Probably going to go more, but stopped at 12 because I knew I was going to go higher. So 70 kilograms, 4 sets of 5. Bear in mind I weigh 80 kilograms, that's fairly respectable. Then back down to 60, did a set of 8 and then 2 sets of 6 for a grand total of 52 reps. So I slightly exceeded my 50, but that's good. Obviously you only stop when your form breaks down, and when you've exhausted the muscle, don't stop just because you hit a number. Especially when you do set yourself a sort of arbitrary figure of 50, you know, that was my aim. I've exceeded that aim, which is good. So obviously next time I'll increase the weight slightly. I'll probably do 5 sets of 5 with 70, which will fatigue me slightly more when I drop down to the 60. So then I probably will be closer to the 50 reps. So that's how you do your progressive overload. Then I moved on to back. I did pull-ups yesterday. I did 210 V-bar pull-ups, starting with 20 down to 1. So a little bit sore in the lats this morning and the biceps. So just done rows today. So far I've done 4 sets of 20 with 60 kilograms. I like high reps on rows. I think it keeps you honest. It stops you loading up the bar with a ridiculous amount of weight and then just using bad form and body English to move it. I think if you set yourself with a reasonable weight and then do high reps, you tend to do better reps, I think. So 4 sets of 20 I've done. I filmed 1 set of 20. I'm now going to finish off 2 sets of 10 Pendlay rows. Now, Pendlay Row is a bent over row variation. You start in the same position as you would in a normal bent over row. If anything, your upper body, your torso, may be slightly closer to parallel to the floor than in the standard row. People have adopted what Dorian Yates used to do, sort of 45 degrees for torso for rows. I tend to go slightly closer to parallel than that, naturally anyway. But Pendlay Row you tend to be slightly more in the parallel. That's the only real difference. And the other, I suppose, outstanding difference is that at the end of each rep the bar is stationary on the floor, which takes out any momentum. So each rep is in effect a single. So you're doing in this case 10 singles to make a set. Slightly stricter way of rowing. You have to be a little bit mindful. You tend to pull the bar slightly higher towards the sternum, whereas in bent over row I pull down to my belt. Because of where your knees are and because of the angle of your torso, you tend to pull closer to the sternum, which probably activates rhomboids a bit more, teres major, teres minor, and more the upper back musculature rather than the bulk of the lats. So it has its uses, but I'll show you and give it a try. Obviously don't load up loads of weight. A 20 on each end is ideal because obviously it puts the bar in a very usable position because of the size of the plates. But if you have bumper plates and you know you're not that strong, then put on a 10, you know, or whatever it's going to be. But give it a go.